All right, we're live. Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Simmons, and welcome to the next episode of SOUNDCHECK, the podcast all about music. So we're going to be talking a few, mostly like some news-related stuff, but we also are going to be covering a new song release too. So joining me, if you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Quralyn Milrow.
I'm Noah Bush.
All right, and do any of you guys want to start off first? Any takers? No? All right, I guess I'll go first. So I wanted to talk about sometime last week, Pitchfork released two lists. They released top 200 singles of the decade, and they also talked about the top 200 albums of the decade as well. And we're going to talk about the albums. So you guys both had a chance to look at the list. Anything that kind of caught your attention or was surprising to you?
I mean, right off the bat, I was really surprised that just like looking at it, I was like, oh, 21 Savage and Waka Flocka are on here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, really?
There's a few like kind of WTF kind of choices on there, and Pitchfork is kind of weird with their music tastes. Like, I'm trying to see. I saw like Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy got number 73, which is weird. Drake was on the list twice
Drake,
as well.
Yeah.
Like Take Care was like number 13, which is crazy.
I think Jay-Z was only on there with
Kanye for
Watch
Watch
the Throne. I was really glad to see SZA. She was 24.
Wow.
Control, if you haven't listened to it.
It's a good one.
So good.
Love it.
Other cool ones. There were a few artists on here with multiple cuts on the list. So like 1975 had two of them near the bottom. I got 161 and 157. Like I said, Drake. Kendrick had 3 albums on there with Damn, Good Kid, and To Pimp a Butterfly.
Which they put that one fourth, which, I mean, if I was ranking Kendrick albums, I think I would put Good Kid, Mad City
Really?
number 1. Oh yeah, 100%.
That's an interesting take. No, I think I love To Pimp a Butterfly. I think a little bit more than Good Kid, but it was kind of cool to see Damn a little bit lower because it's definitely like his weakest project so far.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
loved it.
But I think it doesn't stand against Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly. Beyonce with a few, 3 of them actually. I was surprised to see Lemonade kind of low at 41.
Yeah, they put her self-titled ahead of that one, and I think Lemonade has a really great re-listenability to it.
Yes.
That's the word I just made up, Logan. I don't know how many times I've listened to that, but it just flows the story just flows so well, and
it's awesome.
I loved to hear it multiple times.
It was very well constructed, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
And then, Formation was also, it was pretty low, or pretty high, number 4 on the single
On
list.
the singles, wow. That kind of surprises me.
And to my knowledge, that was the only, I was looking at like the albums and then see how many, like what single they chose, like if any. And Formation was the only one that they chose from Lemonade.
All right. That's a little surprising.
Yeah.
I think.
It is.
Yeah, and then Kanye also had 2 albums on there, and most notably Frank Ocean. Both of his albums were listed in the top 10 at number 10 and number 1 with Blonde, which I think he deserves because Blonde is
I think so too.
amazing. Such a good listen. And speaking off your hoodie, Brockhampton.
Yeah.
Nothing. Which
Absolutely nothing.
kind of sucks because I love them, and I've noticed that like a lot of like the Pitchfork reviews for Brockhampton have been kind of like average or low or middling in comparison to like a lot of other publications, which is a little surprising to me.
I saw an article and it was, or just like a chart of like a whole bunch of music magazines or whatever, like what they gave Ginger. And I don't remember if it was Pitchfork. I'm just gonna assume that it was because he said that it wasn't that great. But I remember they gave it like a 6 or something.
That's what I thought they gave it. Yeah.
And I think that's their best album yet.
Wow. Even better than the Saturations.
I mean, I do really like the Saturation trilogy.
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 from Pitchfork.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just think that the third one isn't, although it does have Boogie on it.
Yeah. cookies.
It's
as
just
well.
not as good as the first two.
That's true. Like anything stand out to you on the list that you either
Yeah.
liked or were surprised by?
Honestly, I'm still stuck on the fact that Lemonade is so low.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a relatable storyline, and everybody was so, like, hyped about it and mad about it, and mad at Jay-Z, hyping Beyonce up, hoping she leaves him. But, like, they have an empire and everything, so it's like, I don't know, some people think that was just a publicity stunt just to get the money because he had an album, like, right after that.
Yeah.
Like, explaining his side and everything, and then they had a joint album, a joint,
They went on the run again.
yeah, a joint tour. So like that just brought in so much money. So I'm thinking like, wouldn't that be higher since she came out with it first?
I would think at least like if you were looking at it from like a cultural impact, that should be up there. And even like compared to these other albums, I think Lemonade is Beyonce's best project to
Oh,
date.
yes.
So seeing her self-titled, was that like number 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her self-titled was at number 3, and then 4 was at number 31. I would say like that surprises me that both of those made it above Lemonade. So who knows?
Right.
Some other quick ones I would like to shout out to. Kind of surprised Lil Peep made it. Like he was
Wasn't
either
he
bottom.
200?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
200 for Hellboy or something, which I'll say like I'm not a big Lil Peep fan, and Hellboy is definitely like his weakest project too. I was happy to see Paramore on there make it with After Laughter. Radiohead, Moonshaped Pool was like 128. Flower Boy was at 120 too, which I expected to be way up higher too, because
That's
that's
I know
a great
that's
one
like
too.
really popular to like that's like his best work, and I mean it's my favorite. I like it so much.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at the Grammys, like at which one, like what's been nominated and what's won, and is 24 Karat Magic on this list? Because that won Album of the Year, and
no, it was not.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, nothing for Bruno.
And Melodrama from Lorde was on there, but Pure Heroin wasn't.
When was Pure Heroin released? Was that
2013.
that really was 2013?
Wow.
Yeah.
That surprises me because I think I like Pure Heroin more than Melodrama. So, wow. Okay, I didn't even think about that because I knew Lorde was high up because Melodrama's at 14 on the list. But
Okay, so just by going off like last Grammy season, Scorpion wasn't on there. Her self-titled, Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe, but her, I think it was 2011 or 2010 was on there.
yeah, another one of Janelle's was on there.
By the Way, I Forgive You by Brandy Carly. Black Panther, which everyone loved.
Yeah.
It got multiple Grammy nods, was not on there. And then Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone. Yeah.
So none of them from last year's Grammys made it to this list. Unless it was like some,
Casey Musgraves, I think.
did Golden Hour make it, or was it a different one?
I
know
think
one of
Golden Hour
hers is
was
on there. Yeah.
Awaken My Love wasn't either by
Wow.
Gambino.
By Gambino. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just a very interesting list. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with them necessarily. And if you don't agree with the list, that's like good for you. Like you shouldn't like be like, all right, well, if Frank Ocean's number 1, that's got to be like my favorite album of the last decade. Like no one's saying that. But yeah, they chose a lot of cool ones on here. Like Jason is an artist I've recently got into, and she was on there. Mac DeMarco, Wise Blood. Yeah, so pretty good list.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I really liked it. So yeah, we can move on to the next topic. Do you want to talk about your topic for today?
Sure. So Megan Thee Stallion just came out with her new song with her boyfriend that is also a rapper, Moneybagg Yo, and it's called All That. So they're a couple, so I honestly think this was a publicity stunt too.
Yeah, what makes you say that?
Because it's like, I don't know, like, it's not like they just got together, but the relationship is fairly new. So I think like just people being like so excited they're together and then them having a song, you know, I just think it brings a lot of attention to them. And also the song is only 2 minutes and 41 seconds
It's
long.
a really short song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And then like, I feel like it makes I feel like it makes them say like, okay, well, if it's short, they're going to replay it and replay it and replay
It's
it.
going to get the
So
streams.
that's like another way to get money. So I'm like, okay. But, you know, I just think that's what it is. I think a lot of artists do that, like Lil Nas X.
Yeah, I was about to
Like,
say Old Town Road's not that long.
Yeah, and then like his remixes, they were still short. So like the more streams, the higher you get. So I think that was his tactic too.
Like even like his new song Panini is
Yeah.
also like just around the 2 minute mark too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's just another way to get streams. So yeah, I mean, I've heard of Megan Thee Stallion. I've not really like dug too deep into her music. So is this like a good song for her, or is this the kind of I want to hear your thoughts about it.
Like I don't think it's her best. Like she just came out with like a whole lot of songs that have like a hard beat, but this one is kind of like laid back. I don't know if it's because Moneybagg Yo is on that, and she just wanted to like not lower her standards for him, but like, you know, meet him in the middle some sort of way. I'm sorry, but like
Are you
I just
saying you
don't
don't-
think
you
it's
don't
her
like him?
best. Like
Yeah.
no, and then I don't really like him as a rapper. So
Yeah,
it
I
Would you
will-
say that she's better than he is then?
Yeah, I will say I listened to the song and I was like, I think his bars were like my least favorite thing about the entire song itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. No, and you also mentioned when we were kind of throwing ideas around, you said that she has like coined phrases as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like what? I don't know
Yes.
any of this.
Okay, so Hot Girl Summer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then which is now turning into Hot Girl Semester / Hot Nerd Fall.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've just heard Sad Boy Fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's, you know, getting some recognition for those too. I mean, some people think it's like empowering to like say those things.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that made the summer kind of great. And then we just ended the summer with her new song. It was called Hot Girl Summer with her, Nicki Minaj, let's see, City Girls, and Tyga? No. Oh my gosh, not Tyga. Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I'm not familiar, but I've heard that song. So.
One of my teachers played it in class. I was like, huh? But I was like, you know what? This is a good way to waste time. So
What class?
It was journalism. No, not journalism. No, News 120.
They played it in a news class. Interesting.
All right.
I mean, I guess if
Yeah.
it's like topical, sure. I don't know.
I don't even know what his purpose was, honestly.
Just wanted to start the day on some good vibes or whatever.
Yeah, I think he wanted to call it Hot Boy Summer, and we said that wasn't allowed.
That's great.
Hot Boy Summer.
Yeah. So So did you listen to the song before this?
Before this, no.
No. Okay. But are you like familiar with her work?
Wait a minute. You mean like before she brought it up? Or-
No, like after she brought it up.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
before
did.
the show. Okay. Some general confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
I mean, I've listened to her stuff before, but like it's just been like on in the car, so I don't know what it was called. But I like Hot Girl Summer and then this one are the ones that I like know by name. And I mean, I'm not that impressed. I'd have to ask like the
Right.
people who I was in the car with like what those other songs were.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two I wasn't really that impressed with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like with the one that was called Hot Girl Summer, it was a sample in there too from another song. And I'm like, why can't you just make it your own? Like, why can't it just be like a fully new song? But everybody liked it because
What
they
sample?
were
What'd she
happy.
sample?
Let's see. It was something from the City Girls.
Oh,
Act Up.
Yeah,
Oh, she
yeah. it
sampled Act
sampled
Up?
Act Up, and like, not the beginning of, but like the beginning of like the chorus, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because that song is not very old.
It's
yeah.
not.
I mean, I like when artists sample like old songs.
But like when you riff off a song that like just came out like
Yeah.
a year ago, that's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's only like 24 years old, and has a whole meme around a song, I guess now, which is pretty cool. So she came up with the catchphrase first, and then the song released. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
That's
I didn't know you guys
okay.
didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I mean, I figured.
Yeah.
I had heard that phrase before. I just didn't know if like.
Yeah, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah, I didn't know that song came out like 2 months ago. Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
like it's really new.
And wasn't she part of like the XXL freshman class this year? I thought so. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I know I've seen her name so many times before.
Yeah.
Especially just recently with her song, but yeah, just can't think of anything off the top. Yep, there she is. She's one of the 7 artists included on it. So that's awesome. Yeah, well, looks like she's gonna be going places.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And she's still in school. So.
Where'd she go?
Yeah, she goes to Texas Southern University.
Wow.
Yeah, studying health administrating. I don't know why I just struggle with that word so hard.
I couldn't even imagine like working on like a music career and stuff while also doing classes as well. So
Yeah,
that's got to take some
I
work
could not
ethic.
Right. There's this video of her like listening to her music and like typing a paper. Like at the same time. I'm like,
I feel
what?
like she'd be like, I'd be typing and then I'd be like, start typing the verse instead of my paper.
I could not do that.
Just get distracted immediately.
We can get snatched up. Active. Yeah.
You turn in the paper and there's like, what did you
Yeah, it's
just
just
turn
this like big Birkin bag, hold 5 6.
Right. But like, I wonder, how does she go to school? Well, she probably doesn't go to class.
I was gonna say it's probably like online classes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Maybe enroll in like the bare minimum of classes just so like she could be a student but also like do her career as well.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. That's nothing I could do.
Me either. Like, that's just a lot to handle. And then like, if you actually went to school, you would need like bodyguards because now people know who you are.
Yeah, if you'd be walking around campus being famous, that would be.
Especially if people are like, oh yeah, this is where Megan Thee Stallion goes.
Yeah. You try to get like the same like schedule as her and just like be distracted that entire time.
Yeah, that would be so distracting.
Wow.
And uncomfortable for her too. Like, think about that. Like, if that were you, like, would you want to do that?
I'd be way too anxious all the time to like go anywhere.
Me too. Like, walking in Noyer with like an army of security around me, I couldn't do it.
That's insane. And especially because she's dating another celebrity too. Of course, there's going to be even more of a following on her and being like, you know, what is it like dating like this dude or whatever.
Yeah.
So, wow. I mean, that's awesome. Like if she can keep doing that, like that takes a lot of work and ethic.
It
so
does.
I'm very impressed by that. But yeah, I guess I really want to get, I guess, a little bit more knowledgeable about her music, just because I don't know much about it. So like, what would you recommend? Like a good song from her?
I would say Cash S-Word.
Oh, all right. All right.
Listen to that. Now, I would say put on your grown-up ears before you turn on her music.
Okay.
Your grown-up ears.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not saying you can't have a good time, but I'm just saying, like,
just be prepared for
yeah, be
certain.
prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, but the song is great.
Cool.
Honestly.
All right. I will definitely check her out later. All right. Well, do you want to move on to your
Sure.
topic, the last one we have got going on today?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about the 1975's new album coming out in February.
Yeah. I was surprised because the single came out and I thought the album was going to be coming like this year, and it was like, no, you got to wait like 5 more months until.
I know. I don't get that stuff. Like, if the album is ready, just give it to us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless it's not ready, but.
I mean, yeah.
But their new single "People" is a little bit of a change for them, because like they started off kind of like 80s throwback, kind of that kind of alternative rock, and then this last album was just like started incorporating a lot of more electronic elements and
Jazz.
jazz too. Yeah, It's a very diverse album and
Yeah, some of the
great too.
songs are just instrumental,
Yeah.
which
Aw,
I
that's
really like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, I've seen them live before, and I've been a pretty
jealous.
big fan of them for a while, but I did not like People.
Really?
I mean, it's a pretty hard song. That's not to say I don't like really hard songs, but I don't know. I don't like Matty Healy screaming. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's the whole song is him just yelling pretty much the entire time, which is very different from anything they've ever done. But I don't know. I really dug the message, and
Oh, most definitely.
it just goes really hard, and so I really enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace because I was wondering because this is kind of like a companion to like their last album, right? Like they were recording these two albums at the same time. So I was wondering if the genres or the musical styles were going to be either super different, or if they were going to mix or anything. But they might be taking a completely left field turn,
Yeah.
or this could just be like their last album, where it's just like every song is kind of different.
I hope it's not their last album. Aw.
Yeah,
No, like their.
like their previous
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that'd be a way to go. But their last album did really well. Like it was like probably their best reviewed album. I know Pitchfork loved it. I think Love It If We Made It was like one of the best singles of the decade already.
I put it on here somewhere. Let me look.
Yeah, that had a really high score. And yeah, very political
Number
song.
16.
Yeah, that's really high. So they're going on tour soon?
Yeah, they are coming to Indianapolis for Alt 1033's like Christmas show.
Oh yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see that.
Nice.
Really excited.
So you said you've seen them one time before?
Yeah, I saw them just like after their second album came out.
Okay.
Again, in Indianapolis.
Nice. Yeah, they've been one of those people that like their first their kind of early stuff I'm not too big into, but what's the one before A Brief Inquiry? It was like
It's just called the 1970s. I
like it.
I Like It When You Sleep.
When You Sleep. Just an abnormally long album title.
Yeah,
Just
very
yeah,
Fall Out Boy.
Very much so. It's like a Fall Out Boy title. That's when I started getting to them a little bit more, and this last album is very good.
This is one group where I can like really see maturity
Yes.
from album to album.
Nice.
It's just like really, really clear, and not that every artist has to change like they do, but it just really works for them. Like not saying that, and also not saying that the first couple albums aren't as good. They're just like different.
Yeah, they try to
Immature.
do
It's-
things, and you can tell like a lot of the songwriting's improving, and just like even like the instrumentals too. Like they're just bringing in more stuff and more of their experience, I guess, to kind of create better music. I know the last album kind of got compared a little bit to like a millennial OK Computer, which is very interesting. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because OK Computer is like one of
Can't
my
really
favorite
talk
albums of
about
all time.
Radiohead.
Yeah, but it was a good comparison, and like much like Radiohead, where they try to do new things with each album and incorporate new styles and stuff. Very, very curious to see what they do with this next thing. Have you listened to any of their stuff before?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have. Like honestly, when I first hear the 1995, I think of their song "Chocolate." My favorite.
Chocolate's a good one.
My favorite. And "Girls," I like their song "Girls" too. But
Yeah.
that's all old. That's all old, so don't mind me. But yeah, those are my favorite songs from them.
Yeah.
I don't know how up to date you guys are with your Ball State news, but did you guys see that it was someone's like typography project?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
So they put some of the lyrics from People like on the tables and on the floor in the atrium, like really early in the morning, and then like an hour later, like they ripped it all off, so like no one got to see it.
And I thought he was also like facing like potential suspension as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Really?
Like I thought the school was going to take like some action, because it was they said it was like vandalizing property.
But I've literally seen people do that before,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Like in the atrium.
Was it with like, I don't know if like the previous cases were with like political statements, But yeah, the lyrics for People, if you look them up, it's very much so like, very much like a call to arms for people to like, you know, step up and do something, especially with like, I know they're very active with the whole climate change movement, because before People, they released, for every album, they have a song called the 1975 that starts off the album, and it's the same lyrics, just done a little bit differently each time. But for this one, they had Greta Thunberg actually do a whole speech over an instrumental about like the world is like dying and everyone needs to go and do something about it, because like this is an event, like it's now or never. So they've been definitely going a lot more political in the last few years. And I feel like this album, much like the last one, is going to lean very heavily into that, which is good because they write some good political stuff.
Okay, I found the picture. So
yeah,
he put "Wake Up." By 2050, plastic trash will outweigh fish. 5,000 people die every day as a result of drinking unclean water. I mean, nothing that.
It's nothing that's like outright like offensive or anything.
They're just facts.
But like, yeah, I guess it just kind of crossed a line with the school not wanting people to put stuff on their tables anymore. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I saw that happen.
Then I'm gonna sue for them vandalizing my inbox with Canvas notifications.
I think you'll get really far with that.
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer, or I'm not like very good inclined with law, but I'm sure you could win that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't take my word for that. So yeah, we have a few minutes left. I kind of wanted to just like last minute bring up the Harry Styles song that just came out, just because it came out last night and I didn't talk about it. But his last album was very different from all the other One Direction members, where all of them kind of like found like a niche in like writing pop songs, and Harry Styles like really stuck to like the 70s kind of vibe throughout it. I know he's like lists like Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks as like huge influences on him.
Have you seen him and Stevie sing "Landslide"?
Yeah. He's so good. That last album's good, and this new song, "Lights Up," came out last night with like no announcements or anything. He just dropped it at midnight. Like, here you go. Incorporates a lot of more electronic elements in it, but it's still kind of got that soulful kind of music that he was with his last album, because it does have like acoustic and electric guitars in the background too, but it's got like some drum machines, some synths in it. But yeah, it was great. I know you listened to it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what did you think of it?
I loved it. Is it preceding an album?
I believe so. I think he said he did a Rolling Stone interview like last month.
I saw him I just like saw him on the cover and read the first couple paragraphs.
Yeah, and I believe that he said that he was releasing a new album like very soon.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I've actually did not listen to his self-titled. I've only heard Sign of the Times and then this one, so.
That's okay, because Sign of the Times is the best one of that entire album.
Is it? I was gonna say I'm gonna go home and listen to it.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Okay.
It's good, but Sign of the Times is like, I don't think anything reaches that high. But yeah, what do I know?
Does that album have any features on it?
No.
Okay.
It's just him, but it did get some criticism because it is a little underwritten, kind of like this song. I think the one thing is like the writing's a little repetitive, and he had that problem on the last album as well. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, there was like 6 co-writers on each song.
Why do you need that many?
You don't. You really don't need
what?
5 other people to be like throwing words at you like, no, change this line to be something else. Like, no.
Does he normally write his own songs?
Well, you see, like, I don't know like how inclined in like the songwriting process he was with like One Direction or anything, but this was like, I don't know. I know this song, there's only 2 co-writers, and those are the people who helped produce it as well. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, like 6 writers, man. Like it's, I don't want to say it's like not hard to write a song because that sounds so, I can't write anything. That's not my forte, but like Seriously, I don't think unless you're like in a band maybe, but even then, like not everybody pitches in like every song or whatever.
Like, I don't even think you would need that many writers if it was like a full band, because wouldn't everyone pitch in?
Yeah.
Maybe, like one other
And then,
writer, but like.
Some bands like the Beatles. They like, okay, I'm gonna write this song and then we'll do it for the album, and like, oh, this song kind of works with this album too.
Yeah, like there's a collaboration process behind this, but I think like if you're a solo artist and you have 5 other people working with you on lyrics, that's definitely that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I still really like Harry Styles though.
That
So,
He's
sounds like
very
so many
charming.
ideas.
yes. My sister actually brought up the fact of when he was like rumored to be Prince Eric in the Little Mermaid movie.
Is he not anymore?
No, he dropped it probably because of this new music, honestly,
Oh.
and probably to promote it and tour a little bit. She was like, it's like, yeah, he's not even that attractive. I'm like, Mia, I am a heterosexual man, and I think Harry Styles is like super charming dude.
Oh,
So
yeah, he is.
yeah. So
I feel
What
like
do I
people
know?
had him pegged as the Justin one, like when One Direction started.
yeah, absolutely. Like they knew from the start like he was gonna be like the kind of solo guy, but Zayn was the one that left first, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We can make a whole podcast talking about.
Same.
Yes, we could.
It's a whole other thing, but I think that's it for today. So thank you guys for watching the podcast today. If you liked any of the music stuff that we were talking about, please go check out the Pitchfork list, see what you think, see if they should have left out or brought in some other albums, and give all the songs and everything we talked about a listen later on. So,
Everything.
yep. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.